Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson, and this is an MLS preview. This is a preview for the whole season. This is the second time I've recorded it. I did record it using the green screen, and I was going to use some graphics, but I wasn't really happy with the output of how it looked. So I've re-recorded it, just doing it against the old trusty backdrop, and I'm going to hopefully get it out in time before the fixtures come out, because I did record this on Wednesday. Right, so the MLS, this season's really intriguing. You've got the Copa America in the middle of the summer, right away across America, and I think they will adopt it and take to it as a country in the way only Americans can do, with crazy enthusiasm. But MLS itself is no longer the joke league that it was when we saw George Best and Pele go out there. It's actually becoming a very serious league. Seattle Sounders last season averaged 44,000 as their gate, with a maximum attendance of 64,000. That's legit. That is serious. The TV money's coming now, and there's a real national, local interest about the MLS across America. The prevalence of European football on cable networks has really driven the interest, and it's the most participated sport amongst certain age groups in America itself. So they are definitely on their way to having football or soccer or whatever they're bleeding calling it as a serious sport in America. The women's national team are absolutely flying. The men's national team is on track to probably progress and take over England at some stage in the near future, especially when you figure out and hear about what they are doing with their own academies. It's very interesting. Okay, so how is the league set up? This is where it all gets a little bit crazy, because the MLS is actually sort of two divisions. You've got an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference, a little bit similar to the way it is in NFL. Now, this is where it does get a bit clunky, and us as European football fans, we like to have that set fixture list, 20 teams in a league, we play each other twice, home and away, jobs are good. But it doesn't work like that in America. You can play some teams twice, some teams 3 times, and then you'll play one, and it's a lottery whether it's home or away, from the other conference once a season. Or not just one a season, but you'll play teams from the other conference once. The top 6 in each conference get to playoff, so it's like 60% of the league ends up actually going into the playoffs. So the top 6 in each division get to go to the playoffs. Last season's winners, the Portland Timbers, took a knockout round, the conference semi, the conference final, before beating Columbus Crew in the eventual MLS Cup final. So the league has a bit of an aspect of a cup and a bit of an aspect of a traditional league, which seems to work, and it seems to hold the attention for the American audience at least. So I'm going to give it a chance and be very open-minded about it and see how it goes down. For me, taking a real interest in it this season. The MLS is getting a little bit of a reputation as a retirement league, as we've seen Steven Gerrard go out there, Frank Lampard go out there, Kaká go out there, David Beckham obviously went out there, and these players are those that we think of at the end of their career, and they're just having a nice easy jolly in the sun, mostly, just taking it easy and not really playing serious competitive football anymore. But I don't think you can level it that heavy anymore. There is an element of that, but that's generally how they've got to do it. You can't attract the very top players at the peak of their game. Ambitious players aren't going to want to move to America just yet while it's not got the reputation. Those players that have moved out there so far, though, are finding a little bit of success, and here's some of the players that you should look out for this season. Giovanni Dos Santos, briefly of Spurs, but he actually had a good run with Villarreal. He's currently at LA Galaxy, and he's doing really well for them. And you've also got players like Mike Bradley, Obafemi Martins, Steven Gerrard, Kaká, Andrea Pirlo, Frank Lampard, Robbie Keane, Drogba, Sean Wright-Phillips, Bradley Wright-Phillips. I can't see any ex-United out there at the moment, but obviously we did have David Beckham, who I think's got a lot of credit coming his way for how the league has progressed. The accusation of being a retirement league is going to go away once we see the emergence of some young talent, especially those coming through the academies in the MLS. So here's my 3 to look out for this season's MLS. 19-year-old Kyle Larin of Orlando City, not a blisteringly fast forward, won last season's Rookie of the Year. He's got a wonderful finish on him and will shoot from anywhere. He's got goals in him all day long. I think he's real one to watch this season. As is Diego Fagundes of New England. He's a bit of an all-rounder, attacking midfielder, not blisteringly fast, but I do like the look of him, and he's definitely one to watch for this season. And lastly, Kellen Acosta, a homegrown academy player at FC Dallas. FC Dallas supposedly the best academy in the MLS, so I'm keeping a close eye on them to see how they develop. This lad's a right back. He's only 19 or 20 years old. I'm not sure when his birthday is, and he's a certainty for the US men's national team in the very near future. So here's this week's fixtures. We've got New York City Red Bulls against Toronto FC, Chicago Fire against New York City FC, FC Dallas against Philadelphia, Portland Timbers against Columbus Crew, in a repeat of last season's MLS Cup final, but that's not the one I'm telling you to look out for. I'll give you that in a sec. Orlando City against Real Salt Lake. Houston Dynamo against New England. San Jose against Colorado. Vancouver Whitecaps against Montreal Impact. And then early hours Monday morning, we've got Seattle against Sporting KC and LA Galaxy against DC United. But for me, the game to watch this week is Chicago Fire against New York City FC. I think with what the project they're doing there, obviously it's the same owners as Melbourne City and Man City, so they've pumped in some serious cash and they've done some serious promotion around New York. The players that they've got at their disposal with Frank Lampard, Pirlo, and David Villa, these are going to be a serious contender, I think, in the Eastern Conference. Patrick Vieira is also making his managerial debut with New York, and I think it's just a really intriguing tie. Both sides have got new managers, both really underperformed last season, and both are looking to really perform this season, so it's going to be very interesting to see how this goes down. My player to watch for the match, I'd love to tell you that there's some 17 or 18 or 19-year-old kid that's going to be absolute fire, but a player to watch in this match, as in any match that he partakes in, is going to be Andrea Pirlo. The guy is absolutely magic. Wherever he plays, you will learn something, I guarantee, by watching the way Andrea Pirlo either touches the ball, passes the ball, shoots the ball, or just the fact how cool he is and how nonchalant he is playing the game. I absolutely love watching Pirlo play. So finally, that wraps up my MLS preview video. Hope you get to check out the game that I said to watch, which is Chicago Fire against New York City FC. But I don't have any club over there, so I'm asking for your help. Who should I adopt as my MLS team? Who should be my little favourite that I always look out for? It can't be LA Galaxy, can it? Because I'm clearly never going to enjoy rooting for a Steven Gerrard side to do well at all. Maybe LAFC. It looks like they're going to be the rivals to LA Galaxy. Maybe Miami United, but I think these teams are years away from actually competing in the MLS. So who should I follow? FC Dallas seems to have a really good academy. Maybe we go for them and we see how many homegrown players they can bring through. That might be really interesting. If not, it can't be New York City FC, can it? Unfortunately, as much as I like Andrea Pirlo, I can't be supporting a team that is owned by Manchester City. So stick it in the comments. Who do you think is going to be the players to watch this year for the MLS? Who do you think is the game to watch this year? Do you reckon the Portland Timbers and Columbus Crew is the game to watch? Or like me, do you think the New York City one against Chicago Fire is going to be really intriguing? Give me your players that you think is worth watching. Give me the team that you think I should adopt. And once again, thank you for watching. And hopefully I'll be bringing you an MLS preview review show every single week. Let me know which day works best for you guys. I'm thinking somewhere between Wednesday and Friday, I reckon. Monday sucks for getting everything out like this. So thank you again for watching. Drop me a subscribe if you don't mind, and I will see you soon.